Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're an oldie, that is really welcome back. It is early this morning, clearly cooking bacon. We have a long day today, so if you like watching these kind of videos, keep on watching. Alright guys, so today in the agenda, besides making a load of bacon to have for breakfast, I gotta boil some eggs so I can pickle them for hubby. I'm putting on the Instapot. Instapot is the best, my other second best thing that you can buy for your homestead. The Instapot is mwah. I do everything in my Instapot. I even got a mini Instapot. So I have two people. I have two. So today, besides doing the eggs, I got the bread baking. So I got about an hour before I gotta go outside, but I wanted to show you, check it out. If you didn't know, it's that time of year. If you want to grow ginger in your garden, it's about that time. So I usually put it in water for a few days. It usually says soak it overnight kind of thing, just so the little things can come to life. So I did that last night. You see these little things? That's the thing that's gonna grow. Those little piquitos there are the ones that are gonna grow. Today we're gonna put this in dirt after it soaks in water. Check out the seedlings. I got more stuff growing, which makes me happy. I keep banging into the pineapple. So these were all broccolis, I think. I went back and saw the video, and if I'm not mistaken, they're cabbages, broccolis, kale. These were the tomatoes, because these are the peppers, and there's no peppers. So it was peppers, tomatoes. If I'm not mistaken, one of these is kale, and the other one was that cabbage that I could never grow. So if you want to know what is in each of these, you need to go check out that video, starting my seedlings, because that's why I do those videos. Don't forget, I do these videos once again, people, for my insanity, not yours. And that's the reason, because I never remember what I did. So I can go back to the videos. There is the sweet potatoes still soaking up water. As you can see, those water to the top. It's already drank some water. I see roots in the red one, which is great, because that's actually our favorite. So don't forget, you just keep adding water until the roots start popping up. The pineapple clearly has to stay inside because it's cold outside. And then this needs to be in water before we put it in soil. So I'm going to wash me some eggs to boil. Let me cover my seedlings back up. Finish the bacon, and then I will meet you guys outside. Alright, guys. Got you in an awkward spot because I am washing my eggs, and I figure I'll let you know what the agenda is today. So today is a very long day besides washing eggs, boiling, making bread, and all that good stuff. We are gonna plant the ginger, and on my list there's a few things that I know I won't be completing, but it's in my future agenda. And some of that is like going outside in the garden. I still gotta keep putting some wood chips in. I need to turn my compost. I also need to put some shredded paper that I have from bills and stuff into my compost. We also have someone coming to actually they're doing the door for our barn that goes between the area of all three pieces from the inside. I can't explain it very well because that's a hubby thing that he wanted to do. But I can probably show you if I can sometime today, I would hope. The other thing I need to do is pretty soon we need to, the loofahs are dried. I don't know what they look like inside. This is my first time doing the loofah sponge thing. So that being said, I won't know anything about the loofahs until we open them up and do that kind of stuff. But I have that to do, which we're supposed to clean them out, make them into sponges, save all the seeds clearly. I will put some more of loofahs to grow for next year, but not as many as we had this year. Maybe like one plant or so is what I'm thinking. Because last time I had so many, and we have plenty of loofahs. I just don't know what they look like inside, so that determines how much plants I need. The other thing was I still have. We did put in some of the T-posts for the tomato lane, and we haven't put the T-posts for the pepper lane, because now I'm wondering if I really want to put T-post over there, or do I want to put something else? Like, I have so many things in the barn. So that's another thing. We have so many garden things in the barn that we haven't even opened yet. So we want to go through it, see what we have, see what I can use this year. Like I think we have a lot of cages. I have like twine that I can be using, that kind of stuff. Trellises, plastic trellises, which, to be fair, I didn't know half of the stuff that I know today. So will I use it again in the future? No, but I do want to use them because we did buy them. So to me, it's a win-win until it breaks. Once they break, I keep tossing them. So I don't want to actually not use them. It'll be a waste of money. So we have to go through all those boxes to see what's in there. And that's in the middle of the barn. The other thing is I want to make the front of the compost, like maybe put some wood in front of it to close it in a little bit better so I can have a better system. And I think that's it that I have. But that's our to-do list. I have a huge to-do list that I can show you. And as time goes by, I do add to the to-do list. So, the other thing, sometime, I don't think it's going to happen today, but we have to clean up the coops, put new straw in there, and that's going to go in the compost. The rabbit manure needs to be moved, and that will go into the compost. So, yeah. Let me finish breakfast, and then we can get to the goodie. All right, guys. So the eggs, Instant Pot. We're going to pressure can them. Or not pressure can. Pressure cooked for 6 minutes on high on the Instant Pot. I fill the thing up with water up to the line. You see there's water there. And then I just set it and forget it. And then once it's done, I release the pressure. And then I put them in an ice bath. And that usually helps to peel them. But the older the eggs, because don't forget, my eggs are fresh eggs. So the older the eggs that stand on my, obviously here, on my egg collector, the harder it gets to peel them. So usually when I'm boiling egg, I get from the freshest. Those are the oldest. I use the oldest from when I'm cooking, that I need to crack them to make sure they're legit eggs to be eaten. And if not, they go in the compost. So let me continue. All right, guys, I hope you can see me. I'm also feeding my starter, because don't forget, I baked bread today, so I used it yesterday. But my starter has not been starting as good as they used to. So I put a little bit of the rye. And then now I'm just going to put the rest of all-purpose flour in here. Because I don't like the rye, but the rye makes it bubbly faster. So, and I need this to pick up before next week. So, let's see. I want to say it was bubbling, but I want to say now as I do the feeding, it'll just be all purpose. So I started with the rye for it to be a little bit faster. I did start with the fruit starter and it does kick it, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have the sourdough fermentation to it. So I could use the fruit one when I want to do something quick and need the fermentation, or the yeast, but I won't use it going forward for the sourdough because I need the soury goodness that the sourdough gives you and all the fermenting that goes with it because that's the whole purpose of the sourdough. So I did it with the yeast this time so I can give it a quick kickstart, and then the rest of the time of my feeding this week will be with just all-purpose flour, and hopefully I can get a ratio where it doesn't take too yeasty or too wheaty, I should say. All right, on to the next task. All right, guys, we are pickling some of these eggs. So here's about a cup of the vinegar and apple cider vinegar. I got half apple cider, well, a quarter cup apple cider, a quarter cup of white vinegar, and then we have garlic, onions, and a little bit of pepper flakes. And usually the ones that I put in here are the ones that look perfectly round. Just dump them in there. And the ones that are like a little bit cracked and not 100%, we'll eat those this morning. So they gotta be nice, round. Well, not round, but not. So like this one we'll eat today because it's not 100% there versus this one that is 100% there. Sorry. I'm hungry. I know you are. I'm almost there. How many eggs are you gonna eat? No. He's feeling dizzy, people. He's feeling dizzy. All right, and then that's it. You leave him here for a couple of weeks without eating or touching them. Leave them alone for at least 4 days before you can start eating them so they can get the little flavors in there. But we're gonna eat breakfast. We'll be right back. All right, guys, wanted to show you the bread. Honey, how the bread tastes? Can you give me thumbs up, thumbs down? Hubby got thumbs up. All right. We will see you outside. All right, guys, I wanted to show you my January to-do list. And we've been checking them off as we go. Then every month on my monthly page, I have one of these as I complete them. So obviously it keeps getting bigger because we keep adding stuff. But as we go, we check it off. All right, guys, we are outside. It is a little chilly. We're going to attempt to... Not these geese. Oh my gosh. Let me talk. We're picking up the leaves because pretty soon will be snake season and they love to go underneath leaves. So we're going to try to attempt to grab all of these, whatever we can over here around the garden, as much as we can. And then I'm going to start stockpiling them somewhere around here, maybe in this corner. But we would have to move this thing. Alright, so we're going to do that first. So we shall be back. Look, this is the dumb dogs trying to bite into my fencing. I need a new fencing. Alright, guys, we made it. Woo! Hubby is attempting to collect leaves. And I'm here to dump compost. I want to apologize for the runny nose, but guess what I got? Leaves! We're going to throw them on the garlic. Yes, we are. Alright, guys. Let's just power up the garlic. Finally. Oh my goodness, this thing actually moves. Really? I'm so excited. Never been excited for these. And then the rest is gonna get going to compost. That's what we're gonna do. I got literally half here, half in the compost. And that's gonna be great. It's too heavy. Not sure, since the garlic already grew, if it'll actually kill it or it'll actually help it. I don't know. We're about to find out. We all learning together. We all learning together. Hoping it doesn't kill it. So you guys know we've been getting frost, which is making me mad. Because I was a little behind on the cover cropping. Yes, I was. Alright. Well, no. Alright guys, the rest is gonna go in the bed, in the compost. But I think we got to cover up. A little late, but better late than never. Alright guys, I hope that does a better deal than I should have covered it like when I first planted it, but we didn't have nothing to cover it with. Alright, the rest is gonna go in the compost. And let me strain you out a bit. There we go. And I got shredded paper. And we got shredded paper. And then don't forget, I got actual compost that I'm gonna throw in here. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so here's the compost. I'll make a little hole because I do need to cover it. Here's one. Yes. Oh, alright. Alright. Need my shovel. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to cover this up with some of the stuff on the bottom. Tell you, look at this. This is Hubba Dubby, who forgets to take the tape out of the boxes. Don't be mad at him. He tries his best, but don't forget. Her covered it up. Not like we have smell-o-vision, but I do smell earth, not junk, as I stir my compost, which is a good sign, according to some people. Ugh. And don't forget, we're gonna get more leaves, and I'm just gonna throw them on top. Alright? And that's it for the compost. They do say to throw some of your soil so it can give it some organic matter, but everything is frozen right now, people, so there's no such thing as some good soil right now. So let me go collect more leaves. We'll be back. I forgot to mention, the other day I made a video of my little pods doing the seeds. Check it out. Look, there's one pod right there that has in compost. And there's another pod right there that has not compost. So that's why I decided this year, instead of keeping the little pods in the supposedly composting thing around it, I decided that once it increases when you put it in the water, I decided to just take it out and dump it because clearly it does not decompose like it's supposed to. Yep. Alright guys, I hope you can hear me. Here is my ginger container that I'm gonna bring inside the house. I put a layer of wood chips. And now I'm gonna grab some compost. Don't turn it off. I'll bring it. Okay. Alright guys, sorry about that. Hubby needed me. And we are here still by the compost. So like I said, this is my ginger container. I grow my ginger every year because it has the holes for drainage. I can cover it up. It becomes sort of like a little greenhouse. I think this was all berries, strawberries that I purchased just for the container. I know it's kind of sad, but I put one layer of wood mulch, so it can have enough drainage. And then I did have the two, pellets that were not, composted. So this is what I was talking about. And put you over here. You can see me. I don't even know if you can see me. These were the pellets that did not decompose. So I'm just gonna take literally this thing off. That was supposed to decompose and it didn't. This has been a year and it still hasn't decomposed. I'm gonna toss it in the garbage. That's why now, currently, what I do is I wet the pods. And I'll show you when I get inside because I have to do it for the ginger. And then once the pods grow as big as they're supposed to, what I end up doing is then I take out these things and throw them in the garbage. We're here by the compost because I need a little bit of my compost. And I'm hoping it's not completely frozen. And then the rest of the dirt is going to be actually the pods that I have inside. And then I'm going to put the ginger in there and let it grow, do its thing. Here in Tennessee, I can't grow my ginger till after, I want to say I got to put it out sometime after March where it's nice and warm so it can just do its thing. If I do it any sooner, it's not hot enough. So I'm just throwing, a little bit in there because I am going to do the pods. And then I'll mix it all up very well when I get to inside the house. So that's what it looks like. If you can see it, I have a little bit of wood chips, a little bit of my compost, then we'll do the pea pods. Alright guys, let me show you the garden. Because I always promise the garden. And get away from the noise. Here's the other pile of leaves. There you go. So that'll decompose. And then I'll end up eventually putting... Ooh, sorry. I had a spider connected to me. I'll end up eventually keep putting things from inside like the coffee and the eggs, banana peels, all that kind of stuff. When grass starts growing, I'll put grass clippings in there. But right now, obviously, everything is frozen. There is no grass. Whew. I'm tired. All right. We're backwards, as you can see. So here's the garlic that we put atop of the mulch. All the beds. Okay. Turn it off. He's so funny. I put the cover crop, so it should pick up when the weather starts warming up. Here's this one. Here is the winter sowing. I don't remember what was in any of these. I would have to go and look at the video for my insanity, as usual. I don't think we'll see anything anytime soon. It takes a while. I want to say we'll start seeing things pop up after February, like March. That's when you'll start seeing stuff pop up, whether it's one or two. The rest are doing pretty good. The cover cropping is not going to pick up because it's cold. So for the cover cropping, we'll see it also sometime in February or March. The only thing is I would have to eventually pick out literally some of the cover crop out as I put like carrots or beets or any of that stuff in this bed. And then the same thing, my onions are supposed to come out. I mean, not come out. They're supposed to come in the mail in March? No. Yeah, March. February or March. I order them from Dixondale Farm every year. I don't get huge onions. Still working around it, so we'll see. But I wanted this bed and that bed for onions, and I put cover cropping. But it's okay, because I can just pick it or cut it down if I needed to. But we'll get to that problem in March when we get the the onions. But we're gonna head inside. I got one more bag of the mulch of grass, and then we'll go inside and finish the ginger. Alright guys, we're inside because it is cold out there. But I put my pods in water. I put the ginger back in the water until the pods are done. They take a minute, so I'll be back later. And then at least this will be room temperature because I do need to break down that other pod that was in there. And that's it. I do have 4 more just in case. I don't want to go all the way to the top with this because it is going to need room for when the ginger starts growing. But I'm tired. Let's wait for this to rise up and then I'll be back. Alright guys, as you saw, I did cover the 2 gingers, and I'm not finished because I fit 1 more ginger, so I'm gonna get that today, and I'll put it in there, cover it up with these, and then these gotta raise up with the water anyway, so I should have enough for me to get a new ginger and to cover it up with the soil. So as you saw, I take the plastic things around it off, and then I just crumble the dirt on the container. Now I have it on a heat pad. Let me show you. Next to, ta-da! So I do have it here, and it is on a heat pad. So because ginger needs warm weather. So once I get literally the other ginger, then I can finish it up. I'll leave it alone. I won't water it. Once I start seeing that it start getting growing, I can put the water from the bottom. That's what this tray is for. The same thing with this one. Like once you see them at a certain height, technically you're supposed to water them from the bottom. So I haven't watered it. You're not supposed to. And as of today, I mean, we had a lot. You guys saw. We have a lot of things growing out. It does smell very soily, like earth. So it's working. I don't know if it's the sun. I don't know if it's the heating pad. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm just hoping that they all grow and then I can just take off the top piece and let it do its thing. I want to say I feel in my gut that I started them a little too early, but we'll see how it goes. Some of this stuff can go into cold weather, so I'm guessing, once it grows its true leaves, I can put the cold crap outside as long as the ground is not frozen. So we'll see how it goes. So when I come back with the ginger, I'm just going to put it here, cover it all up, and then we should be good to go. Thank you for watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.